it's Lucia. I am a director with Scentsy, and we're going to be going over Project Broadcast landing pages, how to create one, and hopefully it'll make getting information out to your customers easier. So working smarter, not harder, right, guys? All right, let me go ahead and share my screen and let's get into this. So for those of you who are not familiar with Project Broadcast, it is a text messaging service. It is a great way, my customers love it, to get information out to them in various forms. So one of the things that they've added, which I have just started playing around with, is landing pages. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a landing page that's already done, and then we're going to build one together. Okay. So this is a landing page that I created for our release on Monday. So I'm calling this my sneak peeks and weekly announcements. I'll go over all of this information on this page, but I just want to show you what the finished product looks like. So let me go in here and show you. Actually, let's do it here. We were working on some Jot forms. So check out my channel. I just did a video on Jot forms. All right. So this is what the finished product is going to look like. Depending on what you're looking at on your desktop, your cell phone, and a tablet, it's going to give you the option to see what the layout is going to look like to people. So this is one of the templates that they already have. And then I just sort of messed around with the elements. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Again, this is the finished product. So this is for our release on Monday. When you're going on to these little clickable links, it's going to open up. This is my pre-order form that we were just working on another training I was doing on Jot forms. And then if you click here to see the whole collection, it's going to take you to my website where you can actually look at the collection. And then we've got a lot of different elements in here. I also used some HTML code and brought in the YouTube video for Scentsy on Christmas with Disney. And then we've got some other fun stuff going on here. So a lot of really cool things. Some, like I said, some clickable links that are going to take you to my website to shop, things like that. So and then this little section here where you can follow my socials. So a lot of really great information. I love that it's giving us this option to do landing pages. And then when I send the text message out to my customers, I just throw in the landing page URL code so that way they're getting all that information when I send out my blast to all of my customer base. Now, I'll do some videos on how to import your contacts to Project Broadcast. I'll do videos on how to send out mass text messages and the different campaigns that they offer for us. So just go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You'll see all of those videos coming soon. But if you have any questions about specific landing pages, just drop in the comments and we'll go over them together. All right, so we're going to go back and we're going to build one. I'm going to click here in the little plus sign. We're going to name this our test landing page. We're going to give it a title and we're going to say, you know, best landing page ever, right? Because that's what it is. We're going to create the best landing page ever right now. And then we're going to put a little description in here. Our description is going to say something like, our landing pages are the best. Okay, we're going to save that. And then now you'll see this right-hand side where we've got all the features. Now I'm going to stop right here. Stop, listen, you guys, do not under any circumstances hit this back button over here. Do not do it. I did it and I lost everything. Okay. So whenever you're creating this form, you definitely want to save. I did, you know, about an hour of work and hit the back page and lost everything. So do not hit the back button. Okay. All right. So let's get into creating content. So we're going to add a social sharing image. So when I was showing you my other, the one I already created, this social sharing image is what your people are going to see when they when you're putting in the URL into your text messages. So same thing, if you put your URL into, like, let's say a Facebook post or something like that, it gives you that little preview image. That's what is going to pop up here. So what I like to do is I like to pull up the landing page on my cell phone and take a screenshot of that. And then I put that screenshot into this image so that way when I'm using the URL and it's giving you that preview image, what you're seeing is my landing page. Now you can do it a bunch of different ways. In this case, we'll just add an image in here that I already have. Let's use the host join kit, for example. So we can make this landing page about, joining Scentsy. Like, it's a great opportunity. Join Scentsy today. This is what you're going to get when you host a party and you earn a kit, right? So, that's, kind of your preview image that you're going to see when we have that URL. And now let's start designing it. Okay, you'll notice that I was going to say Scentsy, Project Broad has created all of these amazing templates for you to just go ahead and get started. Now you can do a blank one and build it and all those kinds of things. I tend to be the type of person that needs some little conceptual framework. And then once I've got that framework, I go to town and start doing all kinds of fun stuff to it. So, for our purposes, play around with the templates, but I'm going to start in the blank just so I can show you all the different little pieces in there. And then we can go back also and, look at the templates and things like that. I think it's easier if I start from a blank so you guys see where all the elements are. And then that way, when you're on the templates, then you can kind of figure out how to play around. And hopefully if we start blank, you guys it'll translate a little bit better for you. Okay, so this can be very overwhelming. So if at any point you start to feel overwhelmed, just, take a deep breath. It's okay. You see Lucia here. Shoot me a message. Oh my God, Lucia, I opened it up. I watched your live, your training. I thought I had it. I get to this page and I was like, no. So take a deep breath. It's okay to have a learning curve. It's okay to not understand what all these elements are, and reach out if you need any help. There's also a great Facebook group for Scentsy Project Broadcast. There's also another general project broadcast as well. So, definitely join those groups, reach out if you need any assistance, and take a deep breath. You will learn trial by error. Okay. And by all means, I've seen some amazing landing pages that blow me out of the water as well. So I'm just going to show you a couple different things that I've learned, but mind you, this is an ever evolving thing and yours is going to look so much better than mine when you're done with it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to, as you can see here on the left-hand side, we have no content, absolutely blank. This is our landing page. On the right-hand side, you're going to see that there's all these different elements that you can add to your landing page, okay? Think of them as blocks. Think of them as little sections in that landing page that you're building, okay? Kind of like a website. So what we're going to do here is the first thing that we're going to add is we're going to add a little image. Okay, we want the top of our landing page to have some cute little image. So let's upload an image. And for me, I like to do my little logo. So let me jump down to my logo. And as you can see, I have my logo here. There's all kinds of little options on the left-hand side. You can see it on the desktop. You can see it on the mobile. This is what it's going to look like when your customer is viewing your landing page. There's all kinds of little different things that you can mess with. And what I love the most about it is you can, edit it on the mobile section. So you're kind of looking at it and creating it as someone on mobile would do it, or you can also do it on desktop. I like to create it on desktop and then go back to mobile and make sure that the two are matching, but I do everything on my desktop, so I tend to edit in desktop mode. Now you'll notice here that it has an auto width. You can turn this off and then you can create, different elements of, how you want this to look. For me, because this is a logo, I'm going to keep this small at the top. Okay. I'm going to have it centered. Now, what I also love about this is when you're adding any type of image, you can add a URL. So that means that if someone clicks on this, it's going to take them to a website. But if you don't want to do that, see this little drop down menu here, you can make that logo where it'll send an email, it'll call a phone number, or it'll send a text message. So sending the text message, it's going to go to your project broadcast, or you can specify where you want it to go to. Okay, so we're just going to leave this. I'm not going to add anything on there, but as you can see, now there's some padding things here. This is to kind of, you know, further customize it. If you want padding on the left-hand side, right-hand side, all that means is, you know, on the sides, it's going to have little, you know, room or what have you. I'll show you where that comes into play. All right, so now that we're done with this, we're going to click outside of it and we've got our main buttons again. Okay, so now we're going to create a column, or actually let's do a heading first. And remember, this landing page is our best landing page ever, but we're focusing on the Join Kit. So let's go here in the heading. Let's add a heading. It's going to be about the Join Kit. And we'll say, start your Scentsy journey today. Yes, start your journey today. So fun fact while I'm working through this, I actually joined Scentsy because they got their license agreement with Disney. I am Disney obsessed. And I was like, what, Disney? Yes, I want to get my little earn my commission back, which is my little, you know, back end discount on all those products. Of course. So, you know, flash forward 4 years, I'm a team leader, love Scentsy. Okay, so when you're clicking on this, you'll see that there's some options here. Let's go ahead and, I don't know why it keeps falling out of there. Okay, let's go ahead and bold this. And then on the right-hand side, we can change the format. Let's, you know, just go with comic. There's different heading types. You can change it. Let's keep it real big. Let's make the font size a little bit bigger. Let's center it. The color, let's do a purple, right? Let's do a Scentsy purple. Love that. Okay. And then we'll leave everything else alone for now. We're going to come out here and then let's create a column. Now, this is where things get a little tricky, okay? So as you can see right now, what's highlighted is we have the 1-box column. You can create the 2-box column, 3-box, 4-box, and then you've got these offset ones. And you'll notice that once I move from more boxes to, you know, less boxes, it's going to delete them. So make sure that when if you're working in the templates or you're working on something that you've already created and you're just changing things up, make sure that when you're doing that, when you're going from a 4-box to a 2-box, that you're not losing the content that you want to keep. So if you notice down here on the left corner, you can always hit the undo button and it'll take you back to what it was before. Okay. And now see, I'm not highlighted in this box anymore. I'm going to go ahead and highlight back over here so it opens my column stuff again. So what I want to do is we're going to play around with, let's do this one just so you guys can see some of the things that we're going to do, you know, some of the different features that we can play around with. Now, if you're just doing the 1 column, you'll be able to do the same things that we're doing right now, but I'm going to do this offset one so you guys can see sort of the different elements that I put into this column. All right, you'll notice down here on the bottom, we have a column 1 and a column 2. So on column 1, I'm going to show you here, we're going to change the background color. So we're going to make it this light purple. Okay, now it's just on that column 1. We want it to extend all the way over. So let's do it on our column 2 as well. Now, what we're going to do is on our left-hand side in this column, the content that we're going to add here by clicking on there is we're going to add an image. Okay. And then on this content here, this is what we're going to add. We're going to add text. Okay. Now in this image, now that I've created an image, it's going to give me a new menu option. We're going to click on upload image. And we're going to go to that the join kit again, right? Because this one is about joining Scentsy, start your Scentsy journey today. So as you can see, it's got the picture in there. And then we have some options here. We've got the image URL where it came from. We've got that auto width thing again. You can turn that off and make it smaller. What you will notice is that when you're making it smaller, it's not making, you know, the whole thing smaller. It's just making the image smaller. So depending on the way that you want it to look, I would definitely keep that up at the 100% mark. Now, one of the limitations to using this landing page with the column structure that they've created is there isn't, drag and drop once you've created the column. All of these adjustments are within the actual column. And then here on the URL, we actually do want to add a URL, right? Like, let's say they click on that, they hover over the little picture and they want to click on that. So what we're going to add here is we're going to add the actual join one, right? So let me get on my page. Let's go here and we're going to go to my Scentsy page. We're going to go to that join link, click on that, copy, get back over here, paste. And again, it's, we have the option to do, do we want to send an email? Do we want them to call us? Do they want it to do a text message? We're going to want it to open. And then, oh, sorry, jumped out of that sucker. Okay, then down here, you can say, what do you want to happen when they actually click on that? I want it to open a new tab. I don't want them to lose their landing page. Okay, so you can tell it to stay in the same tab, but I like that it gives you that new tab. Now we're going to work on the text here. So we're going to say something cool like, post a, oh, I don't know. My brain is not working right now. What do we want to put here? All right, let's just make it host a party today and earn a free join kit. Free or reduced price join kit. I mean, technically, the kit is $59. So you could earn it for free. You could get it for $59. You could get it for $30. Let's make sure we're staying in compliance, right? And we're going to keep this simple just because this is actually a training. So let's keep it there. We've got the text. Again, we've got all of these like text options. Let's go. Let's stay consistent. Let's do Comic Sans. Let's beef up that text because we've got a lot of room in there. And then we'll keep it left oriented. We don't need to bold it. All right, so we've got that in there now. And then let's add a button. We're going to drag it down here. Love the buttons, you guys. Love the buttons. All right, so the button text is going to say, click to join. All right, and then when you click on that button, again, we're going to put them to our join page. You can change all the little button colors and things like that. You can change the auto width, alignment. Now, this is where we talked about padding. So let me show you a little bit about padding. So for example, on the right-hand side, see how it's centered right there? We're going to decrease the padding here. And you see how it's moving? This is the button, right? So you see how the right side of the button is moving? Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. So let's set it to 10. And then now the left is on 20, right? So let's see, we want it to make it look, oh, hold on, more options. Okay. We want to make that consistent. So we want it right in the middle. Let's say we want to make it a big button, right? So let's add this 30. See what 30 looks like. And on the left, 30. There you go. Now we've got a really big button there. All right. So that's kind of the padding stuff. Okay. So now, let's see, let's add a video. Let's add a video down here. There we go. Let's add a video. Now notice how it kept that same orientation. So we're still technically in the same, we're in the same little column that we created. So if we want this to look differently, let's go back and let's create another one. So let's do a divider. Oh, no. Actually, let's do it. Let's do it this way. Back out here to add another column. Okay, and then here, let's add the video here. So now we've got a completely separate one, right? So now in this video, let's go find that join video on YouTube of the Scentsy join video. Let's go find that real quick. So we're gonna go into YouTube And we're going to look for Scentsy stuff. Now, you guys, so much is going to come up right now, right? So we want Scentsy's actual YouTube. Now, if you type in Scentsy, you're going to get all kinds of different consultants, all kinds of different stuff, things like that. Make sure you're actually using Scentsy. So let's go on their videos. Let's see if we can find their join one. I should actually have this on here. Let's see which one we want to use. You guys probably already know. I probably should have had this already queued up. Just so we, maybe a day in a life. I haven't even seen this one. Let's watch this one. Let's see what this one is. What's a day in the life of Scentsy consultants? Oh, it's a little TikTok. All right, let's use this one. Why not? This is adorable. All right, let's go ahead and stick this one in here. So we're going to grab the URL. So here you go, is share. Now, there's a couple different things that you want to do, right? You can copy the video. Let me show you what the difference looks like. And again, you're kind of building this website. So let's see. Oh, sorry. Push the wrong thing there. Get you back up here. All right. So let's go down here. Oh, wrong one. Down here. All right. So if we click on this, here's the video URL. Okay, and so here you go. It's in, you know, kind of like this. Let's look on the mobile version. All right, so you just go ahead and put the video URL in there, and then it's just going to pop up there. I also did it with the HTML code, so let's try that one, and we'll put them right underneath each other so you guys can see what the difference looks like. So see how it gives you the HTML code. Now, if you're a coder or you've got some computer savvy, this is where you guys can really shine, right? You little coders out there. You can make all kinds of really, really fun stuff with the HTML coding. I don't know if Project Broadcast has any limitations to that, but I'm going to show you just this really simple way of doing that for YouTube videos. So if you click on embed, we're going to take out the player controllers. I don't think you need that in there. We're just going to copy all of this. Also do it, you know, kind of clicking that little button there. And we're going to put it, oh gosh, sorry. I keep seeing that little menu keeps popping down. Okay. So we're going to put that here. And then now you can see the difference. Now, the only problem that I run into when I'm just copying the HTML code, and again, let's see if I can fix it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to fix with the padding. So even when I have the padding all the way down, like I was going to say, one of the challenges that I ran into with using the HTML code, and again, if you're a coder, you probably have the very simple fix for this, is that the frame is outside of. So when you're actually, you know, watching the content, it's clipping the content. Okay. Again, I think that you guys who are coders probably can fix this really easy. It's probably something that's written into the code. As I can see it here now, there's some, you know, width and height adjustments that we can probably make. Width is, let's take it down to 400 and see what that does. If that fixes it. Okay, there we go. So let's do maybe 460. I want it to look good on mobile too. Yeah, let's just leave it like that for now. So anyways, you can see that there's a limitation between doing the HTML code and actually just putting the URL in there. So let's see what this is going to look like. So again, remember, stop, listen, do not hit the back button, hit the save button, okay? Hit the save button. All right, so far, oh, and when you hit the save button, it's going to go back out. It's going to go back out. So don't worry about that. I learned that a couple times over. So now we're here. Let's go back in, and I want to make sure that I'm going through all the design elements before we check this out and see what it looks like, just in case there's anything else that we want to add. So again, We have the different columns. That's what we played around with. We've got the buttons, and the buttons can go inside the columns. They can go underneath the columns. We've got dividers. Dividers add sort of that line in between. If you want that to look clean, let's throw a divider in between these two so that we can see the differences there. We've got headings, HTML code, images, social. Let's go ahead and add the social down at the bottom. So these are our different social buttons. So you can pick which buttons you'd like in there, different options. Right now we've got no buttons in there. So let's put our Facebook button in there. There we go. Okay, we've got Facebook in there. I don't remember what my, well, I don't know. I don't even know what my Facebook is. We're just gonna pretend that's what it is right now. And then, you know, all your little different buttons that are in there. And then let's see what other content, text, you can add a text box in there, timer, and we've already done video. So now let's see what this looks like. Oh, these are the different blocks that you can add. This is where you can change the color of, you know, the spread. Let's make it that light purple. Let's keep it consistent. Images, you know, these are all images that they have in stock. And then uploads if you want to upload your own images. So let's save this again, and then let's look at it. Let's see what our best landing page looks like. All right, so here's our URL code. This URL code is going to work for anyone. Okay, you can send it to anyone. If they're on Project Broadcast, great. If they're not on Project Broadcast, it's okay. They're still going to see it. So let's click on that. Let's go over here. Let's take a look, guys. What did we make? Nice. All right. So because we're on a desktop, you guys are going to see that this HTML code that we created, remember, it was not clipped on the desktop. Now, if you're looking at on a mobile, this is going to get clipped a little bit. So we've got our little logo here at the top. We've got our headline that we added. We've got our picture. Let's see what happens when we click on our picture. Go straight to the join page. Okay. Then let's do what happens when we click on our button. Goes right to the join page. Are you guys seeing how awesome this is? And then if we click here, we're actually watching the video in our site. We're watching the video in our site. How awesome is that? And then same thing here. So it works with the HTML code, works with the regular. So awesome, right, guys? And then if I go down here and I click on Facebook, it is going to take me to Facebook. So there's my little Facebook feed there. All right. So this is our Project Broadcast landing pages. It's very easy to add it into any of your messages. It's just gonna be one of those dynamic fields that you're adding. Again, I'll do another video on Project Broadcast, how to create campaigns, how to import your contacts, things like that. But this is a very basic tutorial on landing pages. I hope that this has been really helpful for you guys. I hope that you will just create some beautiful content. Please share with me. I'd love to see what you've learned to do. Whenever I heard this from another consultant, because I was just blown away that she was teaching us all these wonderful things on Project Broadcast. And she said, you know, I'm teaching you guys so that hopefully you guys will teach me afterwards, right? So I'm teaching all of you guys basic, but it is your job to take it and run and make some amazing landing pages and then share with me all your tips and tricks of what you've learned. All right, guys, this is Lucia. I've been so happy hanging out with you guys. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, shoot me a message. I'll put my messenger in there so you guys can chat with me, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.